Hey friend, welcome to my channel Karine Alourde, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars in history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. Now let's get into this video. Today we're finally doing Janice Dickinson. I know you guys have been requesting her for a very long time, especially for my supermodel playlist. Check out my supermodel playlist where we broke down several other supermodels. Many people have their own feelings about Janice, okay? Not too many people like Miss Janice Dickinson, okay? She's a lot. She can be a lot, but she is an interesting character. So Dickinson was born in February 16th, 1955 in Brooklyn, New York, the second daughter to Jenny Marie and Ray Dickinson. Her mother was of Polish descent, and she grew up in Hollywood, Florida, alongside her real estate agent big sister Alexis and her model little sister Debbie. Dickinson has been transparent about the physical harassment one of her sisters endured at the hands of her father when she was a child and a teenager, as well as the emotional abuse she endured. Reminiscing on her early years when asked about her upbringing by her rageaholic, her father was a rageaholic who liked to touch people that weren't of age. Dickinson said, "Because I wouldn't give in and let him have intimate relations with me, I was beaten both verbally and physically on a daily basis. It was said that because I looked like a boy, I wouldn't amount to much. I was looking at him at 3 years old thinking, why is my dad telling me I should have been born a guy? So I thought maybe I should act like a boy. I began to surf, do karate, and go swimming. I still do yoga every day. My mom didn't know what to do with me. I was in Catholic school where the nuns were beating me and my dad was beating me at home because I had a big mouth," she added. "I was even beaten by my ballet teacher. I was trying to do the poses, but I was talking the whole time. They hit you back then. They just smacked you around. If I saw the nuns today, I would punch them right back," end quote. Janice confessed in a magazine interview in 2006 that she may have accidentally took the life of her father by destroying his medication for a heart condition. She said, "When he was on his way to the hospital, I tossed his medications out of the car window and didn't tell the doctors. Maybe I wanted to kill the abuser." The constant pressure from her mother was not always a bad thing for her, though. She signed Janice up for multiple after-school activities, including language, ballet, and twice weekly church attendance. In addition, when Dickinson was 15 years old, she enrolled in a modeling academy. She described herself as a tall teenager, an iron board with legs. She recalled in an article for Sunday Times, "I was tall and dark with no curves, no nothing, and I took heat for it from everyone around me," end quote. "I'm 5'10" and was very flat-chested back in those days. I got these tatas much later in life. The modeling instructor told me my look would never make it, but if you wanted to succeed in anything, you have to believe in yourself. I still have this blind confidence. I believe in myself and people. I love people." Now, as far as her career, after winning a national competition called Miss High Fashion Model in the early 1970s, Dickinson relocated to New York City in search of modeling work. Several modeling agencies, including Eileen Ford, passed on Dickinson because they preferred blue-eyed blondes at the time. She was considered way too ethnic. "You have no chances of ever finding gainful employment." That's what she was constantly told. The actress Lorraine Bracco, who was dating fashion photographer Jacques Silberstein, mentioned that she thought Dickinson was pretty. Dickinson signed on with her first representative, Wilhelmina Cooper. Her modeling career took her to Paris, where her exotic looks made her famous in the European fashion world. In 1978, she moved back to New York City and began working steadily, eventually earning $2,000 per day. That's about $60,000 a month, okay guys? That's a lot of money, or nearly 4 times the average wage for models of that time. A major advertising campaign for a new JVC camera led to Dickinson signing with Ford Models. Dickinson, still smarting from Ford's initial rejection, was set on avenging herself. Soon after, she joined the ranks of the 20 Ford models who had switched sides to elite model management led by John Casablancas. The majority of women in the modeling industry strived for the kind of name and face recognition that Dickinson possessed in the 1980s, making her a supermodel. She worked with illustrious designers like Bill Blass, Gianni Versace, Valentino Garavani, Pino Lenzetti, Halston, Oscar de la Renta, and Calvin Klein, and was featured on the covers of magazines like Harper's Bazaar, Cosmopolitan, Photo, Vogue, Marie Claire, and Playboy. She has made 37 covers of international issues of Vogue. She has been the face of numerous advertising campaigns, including those for Revlon, Alberto, VO5, Balmain, Christian Dior, Clairol, Hush Puppies, Orbit Gum, Max Factor, Virginia Slims, and Q-Tex, and she has appeared on the cover of Elle 7 times in a row. Janice's career took off, but she also started having substance problems. She attributed this to her time spent as a model in New York, where free Coca-Cola, if you guys know what I mean, y'all know I can't say certain words on YouTube, but y'all know what it is. But she was given free Coca-Cola and alcohol, and it was a common thing. Limousines, photo shoot, dressing rooms, and other locations facilitated substance and alcohol use. In an interview for the Oprah, Where Are They Now?, Janice discussed the beginning of her substance use and the causes she attributed to her addiction. She said, "The first 5 years of my career, I didn't touch substances, but then I had a terrible breakup with a photographer who cheated on me. I really wanted to hurt myself. I felt like, once again, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy, like what my father used to say to me as a young girl," end quote. In order to stay relevant in the fashion industry as she got older, Dickinson started working as a fashion photographer. Her first collection of jewelry debuted on HSN in 2008. There were already supermodels in the 1940s, despite Dickinson's claims that she was the first and that she coined the term supermodel in 1979. In her 1942 article for the Chicago Tribune titled "Supermodels Are Signed for Fashion Show," Judith Cass coined the term. Clyde Matthew Desner coined the phrase in his book, "So You Want to Be a Model." Dickinson re-entered the public eye in 2003 when she served as a judge on America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks, the show's producer, read No Lifeguard on duty and immediately saw how Dickinson could help the contestants navigate the perils of the fashion industry. Dickinson gained notoriety as a panelist for her sharp insights and unflinching honesty. She was kind of brutal and a little mean to the girls with her criticism. So after 4 cycles, Tyra Banks fired Dickinson, replacing her with Twiggy. Dickinson was hurt by the decision, saying, "I was just telling the truth, and I was saving these girls from going out there and being told that they're too short, too fat, their skin's not good enough." She said, "I was to America's Next Top Model what Simon Cowell is to American Idol," end quote. For the Oxygen cable network in 2006, Dickinson starred in her own reality show titled The Janice Dickinson Modeling Agency for 4 seasons. The show followed Dickinson as she pursued a new calling as a modeling agent. She co-starred in Beauty and the Beast with British model Abigail Clancy, which followed Clancy's attempts to break into the American modeling market. On May 14, 2007, the show debuted in the UK on Living, and on February 19, 2008, it debuted in the US on Oxygen. Dickinson appeared as a judge on the Finnish edition of the Top Model franchise back in 2009. She caused a stir after reporting that she accidentally mixed a sleeping aid with champagne, which led to her tripping down the stairs and yelling at the models. At the hospital, Dickinson was examined and found to have no outward signs of physical trauma, and she later expressed regret to the models on air. In the 4th season of Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew, which premiered in December 2010, Dickinson starred as a participant. She appeared in an episode of 90210 as a guest star in 2011 titled Project Runway. Dickinson participated in the 6th season of the British reality show Celebrity Big Brother, which aired in August of 2015, just 2 days before the finale. She was voted out of the house, making her the 7th celebrity to be eliminated. And according to the Daily Mail, she claims she slept with over 1,000 men, guys. Dickinson has had 4 marriages with Ron Levy, Simon Fields, and Alan B. Gersten, also known as Albert Gersten. They are her ex-husbands. She has a son named Nathan and a daughter named Savannah. Although now happily settled with musician Joe Kaplan, 52-year-old Janice at the time checkered past included a string of love affairs with both men and women, including a long list of Hollywood stars including Sylvester Stallone, Liam Neeson, Jack Nicholson, Bruce Willis, Warren Beatty, and rocker Mick Jagger. The past still haunts Janice's son Nathan, who admitted, and I quote, "Some kids teased me when I was younger about her sleeping with so many famous men and stuff, but I'm not interested," he says. Oh, I just want to stop here and say, I always think of these stars when I do these breakdowns, or even stars I don't do breakdown for. I just be on Instagram or whatever, like influencers or celebrities that do a lot of things and they're young themselves. They're like in their 20s, their 30s, they're living it up, they're partying, they're being bare and doing videos explicitly. And you never think at that age that, hey, maybe one day I can grow from this and have a child and probably will be ashamed of myself. At that age, everyone always think that, no, I will never be ashamed of myself. I will never be bigger, grow bigger than what I am now. And I'm okay with the decisions I'm making. And it's funny to see how with the older generation that lived that life at that age, they grow up and their kids speak up about the damage of them having to go to therapy for this and how it bothers them. They were teased. And a lot of these same people tend to live with regret, which is why I say, don't look at someone who kind of speak on, hey, you know, I know you're young, but think about the future. If you possibly could have kids, you don't want to be the reason why your kid is going to therapy to undo the damage that you caused to them, right? So usually when you try to speak about this and kind of bring that out, you don't want all those photos out about you, about how your anatomy looks and stuff. Once you have children, you know, that can go look through that and they can get bullied and they call you, what's the word, sex negative, or that you're anti-liberation and things like that. It's not that. It's just more than often you will do a story like this and you hear the side of the kid. It always breaks my heart because at the end of the day, those kids didn't ask to be here. You brought them into this world, and you have to understand as a parent, the decisions that you make will impact your kid. So be considerate of them with those decisions and what you do. I just wanted to add that in there because this was a classic example, and I love how her son spoke on her. He sounds so well educated, very well spoken, and Janice really does sound like a great mom, aside from all those, as we will see, right? Because he goes on, Nathan said behind all the plastic surgery, which he hates, and the diva attitude, Janice is a fantastic mother to him and his 13-year-old sister, Savannah, Janice's daughter from another relationship. He said, people don't get to see her as a mother behind the scenes. She either cooks or she'll get a cook in to make us a meal. She's a proper hands-on mom. She also speaks Italian and French, and she's well educated. My mom is a strong alpha female, and I'm constantly having to say, no, mom. But away from the cameras, she's an incredible mother. She's exhausting, but I love her, end quote. You see, that last part to me was a little telling. She's exhausting. We all have that parent that's like, oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I say we all, some of us have a parent that's like very exhausting, you know. You talk to them, you need a break, you need this, you know. So when Savannah was born in 1994, Dickinson was having an affair with Sylvester Stallone, and it was reported that Stallone was the father. When DNA tests revealed that he was not the father, their relationship came to an end. She has discussed her numerous intimate intercourse with male and female celebrities in her book and interviews. She announced her engagement to Dr. Robert Gerner, Rocky, a psychiatrist, in 2012, and they married in December 2016. And in November 2014, Dickinson added her voice to the chorus of women who claimed that in 1982 she was harassed by comedian Bill Cosby. She also stated that she attempted to include this information in her autobiography published in 2002, but that she and her attorneys were pressured by Cosby and his attorneys to omit this information. Dickinson's breast cancer diagnosis came to light in March of 2016, and following 6 weeks of radiation, the Celebrity Big Brother star was declared cancer-free. In an interview with This Morning, per the Mirror, Dickinson stated that she had decided to use her experience to raise awareness for breast cancer and women's health. This has included encouraging other women to get regular checkups and mammograms to catch any potential lumps in time to treat them successfully. Now, as far as her surgeries go, according to The Sun UK, in the past, Janice has been very open about getting plastic surgery, revealing she has had facelifts, of boob job, a tummy tuck, neck lifts, liposuction, and Botox. And in 2013, she declared herself bankrupt after over $1 million in taxes and unpaid cosmetic bills. She is one of those celebrities in her later year has made more headlines for the plastic surgery than, you know, actually doing anything, and it's unfortunate. Janice was a beautiful model, okay? Very beautiful. I still think she looks fantastic, and she has looked softer in later years. If you've seen her more now, she has kind of looked a little bit softer, and she did say that she would stop having more plastic surgeries if her son requested her not to, and I believe her son did request her not to, so we'll see with that. But this is all I have for Miss Janice Dickinson. Comment below your thoughts. If you like the background music you're listening to, the link is in the description. Support my brother's new single, y'all. This has been my favorite single from him. Comment below what other models you guys would like me to add to the list, as well as anyone else that you guys may find interesting. Please subscribe, like, follow, share. Until next time.